Mr. Xabi Alonso, we need to speak. Come and step into my office right now, bro. Come. Come on. Quick. Amano. Sit down, brother. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Don't. Why are you getting shaky? Why are you nervous, fam? I'm seeing your legs. Don't worry, bro. I'm not here to sack you. I'm not Florentino Perez. I'm not here for me to tell him to sack you. I'm not asking you to pack your bags and go. Don't worry, Ak. I'm not. We're just going to have a civilized conversation, a civilized debate, a civilized discussion. We're going to dissect everything. Let's dissect what's going on with this club. Because me and you need to speak. Because I'm going to be real, brother. The past couple of weeks, you've lied to me. You've lied to me. You've told me things. You've told me that things was going to be good. You told me things was going to be great. You told me that you're taking me out, fam. I'm not gone out. You told me we're going Novikov. I'm going Sam's Chicken, fam. You told me a lot of things. All the promises you made to me, none of them came true. And that's why we need to discuss it and see where this can go and whether you are the right person with this club. Because I'm not going to be one of those fans to already jump on that train for you to get sacked. I'm not asking for you to get sacked. Don't worry about it. I think you still need a bit of time. But the time, Mr. Alonso, I don't know if the time you're going to get is enough. Because Real Madrid is very different to any other club. Very different to Leverkusen, where you did very great at. And very different to any other club, which people in my comment section yesterday, they kept saying, you look at Arteta, look at Arsenal. Look how long it took Arteta for him to make Arsenal into a team which is competing and trying to win trophies. First of all, my brother, don't ever compare Real Madrid with Arsenal. Don't ever compare the standard that they have with our standards. Don't ever compare their mentality with our mentality. That is the number one rule. Don't ever compare this team with anything else. Don't say, look how long it took for this manager to succeed, or for this manager to implement his system, or for this manager. Don't ever do that. Because the standards at this club is very different to any other standards. And that is something that you need to bear in mind. That is something for you to accept. Okay? Capish? Understand? That's it. That's the number one rule. I understand the system that he's trying to implement. However, the system that I've seen, he's been changing it throughout the first 3 months of the season. He started with the Club World Cup with a completely different system, a system which he, of course, made very successful at Leverkusen. The three at the back, the wing backs, after 2 to 3 games, he completely eliminate the system because Trent got injured, so he went back to the 4-4-2 against Paris Saint-Germain. We lost that game. He started the season going to the 4-2-3-1. I'm seeing 4-3-3. Sometimes there was one game specifically where we had Carreras as a left centre-back, where we played a 3 at the back. So I'm seeing him try different things out. And I'm one of those people that I can accept and I can say to him that, listen, you've made this team better defensively. Like, look at last season. Look at the issues that we had last season. Look at where we were last season. We were literally bottom in every single category. We were bottom in the sense of the interception. We were bottom in the sense of pressing. We were bottom in so many different departments of the game. And it takes time for you to go from no system at all with Carlo Ancelotti to actually trying to implement, trying to have a system. And I understand that. I'm not stupid. I've watched this game enough. But one thing which is very important, and this is my worry about Xabi Alonso. If I'm seeing the system in place, if I'm seeing glimpses, if I'm seeing patterns, if I'm seeing combinations, if I'm seeing sequences, if I'm seeing triangles, squares, rectangles, form, shapes, hydrogen, pedrogen, chemistry, psychology, if I see something on the pitch, then I will have way more confidence and I can be more optimistic about this club, about this manager moving forward. But the problem is, boys and girls, that we're not seeing anything. And if you say that you are the one that is being clouded and being blinded with what you're seeing. I understand the whole point about supporting a manager, supporting a team, supporting a club is important. That's what makes us love this club. But at the same time, there is difference between supporting a club and being deluded about the club. We cannot say that right now, what we're seeing with Xabi Alonso, and right now with the way we're playing right now, we can't say it's any different to what we saw last season. We can't. We can't lie to ourselves. We can't lie to ourselves. And if Xabi Alonso is giving me anything on the pitch, what he's saying and everything else, it's not. Like, if he's different to Carlo Ancelotti, if he's saying things differently in the press conference, if he's actually trying to implement, trying to change, trying to do something, if I'm seeing something about adaptation, X, Y, and Z, then I can actually be with him and support him and actually be on his side and say, you know what, give him 2 to 3 years. But at the moment, we are seeing nothing because that man, Mr. Xabi Alonso, what he's doing right now is he's regressing. He is lying to himself and he's making it worse. He's making it worse. And I can give you so many different ideas and so many different examples. First of all, you coming out yesterday. I didn't watch, and thankfully I didn't react to it on the match review. Because yesterday after the game, I just turned off the game. I didn't even want to look at Twitter. I didn't even want to look at the press conferences. I didn't even want to look at anything. I just turned off anything about Real Madrid yesterday. I woke up today and I watched his press conference. And what he said was exactly what Carlo was saying last season. Trying to deflect anything. Trying to deflect anything. Anything that is a criticism towards him and his management and his style and X, Y, and Z. A question was asked about Endrick and Gonzalo Garcia. And he said that I had players and other attackers on the pitch which can create danger. Those players did not create any danger. So I don't know what danger you were thinking. I don't know what danger you were trying to allude to. I don't know what danger you were expecting for these players to do. And it is a contradiction of what he said couple weeks ago. Because a couple weeks ago, he was saying that if you play well, I play you. And if you don't play well, if I see you going through a pattern, I'm not going to play you. But you are contradicting yourself because I'm seeing players on the pitch not playing well, but you're still playing them. So does that belong to different players? Does that treatment, is it for only specific A, B, Z, Z, D, C, F, G players? Or does that belong to the whole team? Because at the moment, I'm the way I'm looking at it, from the outside looking in, is that that message right there only is sent to specific players and not the whole team. So surely you've got a special treatment towards other players. If that X person, I don't want to mention names, but you cannot understand who I'm talking about. If someone is performing not as great, no matter what he does, he's still playing. But if someone else performed the same way that person played, he's getting rotated, he's getting benched for someone else. And that's the reality. And that's not a good sign to have. Number 2, your in-game management on the pitch makes no sense. Makes no sense. Against Barcelona, I complimented you. Against Barcelona, I said, you know what? He's putting Camavinga on the right-hand side. That's a great idea because he's trying to isolate and he's trying to make it difficult for Pedri and Balde. He then did it against Liverpool, which made no sense because why are you trying to neutralize Robertson, who wasn't barely going up, and Wirtz, who was always inverting? It made no sense. And I thought he might change it halfway through the game, at half time. He didn't. He continued. He played Camavinga for about 72 minutes on the right-hand side against Barcelona. And I'm like, all right, cool, weird. Then, yesterday, against Rayo Vallecano, I see Camavinga in the middle, which he is effective, which is impactful, he was crucial. He was making so many last-ditch tackles, last-ditch blocks, important tackles in transition for Rayo, and he did it perfectly. But then in the second half, for a period of 10, 15 minutes, I saw Camavinga on the right-hand side against Rayo Vallecano, which makes no sense. Like, that's what is confusing to me. But you are the same person who came out 2 months ago, again, contradiction. You're the same manager who came out 2 months ago saying that I'm only going to be playing players in their preferred position. You can't tell me to my face that Camavinga's preferred position, natural position, is the right-hand side. So clearly you're doing it from a tactical standpoint. But tactics, that doesn't make sense. Against Barcelona, it made sense because you're trying to neutralize something from the opponent. Who are you trying to neutralize from Liverpool or from Rayo Vallecano? Who? So again, it makes no sense. Arda Güler, you understand, start of the season, he was playing a lot more advanced. Recently, I'm seeing him playing a way more deeper. Again, makes no sense. Mbappe and Vinny We've had this debate. We've had this conversation since last season. Can Mbappe, can Vinny work out? And I'm seeing you so far this season, and it is the reality. I'm chatting to you right now, Xabi Alonso, and don't lie to my face. Don't tell me yes, because I know the answer is no. If I ask you right now, what is your perfect 11? What is the 11 that you trust to play every single game? You don't know the answer to that question. You don't know the answer to that question. And it's taken you, 3 months? And it's perfectly fine. A new manager coming in with a new team, it's hard for you to understand. But let's not forget, you had this team from the Club World Cup. Certain players weren't there. That's fine, no problem at all. But you had this from the Club World Cup. You had a small preseason. Now you had 3 months. And you still don't know what your preferred team is. I'm seeing you rotate on the right-hand side, Franco and Brahim. Then Brahim, then Franco. Frank got injured, and you played Brahim. Because you made it clear that I want Rodrigo on the left-hand side. Because Rodrigo, I want him to play in his preferred position. Out of nowhere, I see Rodrigo coming off the bench on the right-hand side. Endrick comes on the right-hand side. So why not play Endrick on the right-hand side? Gonzalo Garcia played at the Club World Cup, was consistent, was a reliable starter, played every minute, scored a lot of goals, was the top scorer. Since then, he hasn't started with his team. Even the cameos off the bench, he's not even doing it. But you're saying you've got players that can bring danger on. Like, you got players, our forwards can bring danger. But how can they bring danger when you're playing someone on the right-hand side, which you're saying is not his preferred position, but you've got someone on the bench who gave you danger, who gave you goals, who gave you some sort of a focal point inside the box, but you're not playing him. So what kind of danger are you talking about? Because you've got one game plan. At least with the Gonzalo Garcia, if you bring him on, you've got a different game plan. You've got someone that you can cross to, someone that can at least drag players, which frees up space for Mbappe and Vinny, but you're not doing it. So what are you doing tactically? Like in terms of management wise, you're not doing anything. And it baffles me because with Leverkusen, you did a lot of tactically. And with Leverkusen, there's a lot of times with Leverkusen, you came from behind. You made remontadas after remontadas. You scored clutch goals after clutch goals. But it begs the question how you did it with Leverkusen. And in game-wise, with Real Madrid so far this season, you have not been great in game-wise. So it baffles me where that has gone. And it baffles me at the start of the season. I felt like we were attacking differently compared to what we are doing now. Because now, we were basically, like last season, relied on individual brilliance. So I felt like he's changed. He went from his approach. Because look at the way we were approaching games. And look at the way we were starting games at the start of the season compared to now. So we went away from his identity. Maybe he felt the pressure. Maybe he saw the game against Atletico where he lost 5-2 and said, you know what, I can't do that anymore. Let me actually win games and let me pass to my main players because Vinny, the treatment I'm seeing from the media is a bit bad. But again, your treatment towards Vinny has been different. Again, you've been all over the place. And you can't tell me right now, oh, Faysal, give him... No, that's the reality. I'm going to give him time. I'm not saying to sack him. But it's something that we have to bear in mind. It's something that we have to understand. Because right now, we are not playing well. We're not creating chances. Over the past 2 games, we've only created 3 chances. 3 chances. And we are Real Madrid. We've got Vinny and Mbappe, Jude. No. So it's something to bear in mind. It's something that we can't look away and say, but Arteta had 5 years. We are not Arsenal. We are not Arsenal. Can you please put that in your head? Stop telling me that this guy had 4 years and this guy had 2 years and this guy had 3 years. We are not them. We are completely different. We are a completely different team. And again, if people call us spoiled, that's the reality. Our standards are way higher than everyone else. I'm not expecting success right now. What I am expecting and demanding is something that I can see, that I can at least see glimpses. I can see what we're working towards. I can see a future. At the moment, our future is last season. That's the past. We have got no future at the moment. And don't tell me we have, because we don't. What we're seeing now is what we saw last season. So we're going back. Start of the season, I saw something. It was progressing. But right now, we're regressing. Right now, we're going back and back and back. And that is the reality. And that's why I'm upset. And that's why I'm having a conversation, because I want to stop it before it gets bad and worse and even worse. And it gets to a point that we have to sack him. Okay? Understand? And this is why I'm talking about this and I'm ranting about this. I'm not being spoiled. I'm not being reactionary. I'm not being anything else. I want to stop it right now. I don't want it to become worse and worse and worse. And that's the reality. Because you can't tell me with a straight face, over the past 3 weeks, we're playing well. And don't say, oh, it's only one game. It's not been one game. It hasn't been one game. Don't let Valencia fool you. It has not been one game. It's been one, it's been two, it's been three, it's been four. I can mention even games to start the season, which I said, you know what, I'm kind of enjoying it. I wasn't enjoying nothing. What was I enjoying? What? The game against Getafe where they had 9 players, we won 1-0. Where we had to run an order coming off the bench, where we what? What games? We're saying we're improving and improving, but are we really improving? That's the reality right now. They're sitting. So don't tell me, oh, Faysal, but you've been this, you've been... No. You are trying to be blinded. And I don't mind these comments. Social media is all about different opinions and different perception, different viewpoints. But the reality, I can see it. I have already made my opinion. And you might say, well, it's too early. I was the same person who said, I don't want Xabi, I don't want Carlo Ancelotti 3 years ago, when we won the Champions League, where we won the La Liga. I'm just different. I can see things happening from far. Unlike you, unlike some of you guys who it needs to happen for you to react, I can see it from far away. I can see it from far away. For you guys, it might take you a year. It might take a couple months for you to say, you know what? Actually, we haven't been playing great. That was with me with Carlo Ancelotti. We won the league and the Champions League. I said to Carlo Ancelotti 3 years ago, my brother, this guy's not the manager for this team. Tactically, he's not the same, and he's been saved by individual brilliance. And then 2 years later, everyone said, this guy's been saved by individual brilliance. I literally said it 2 years ago. With Xabi Alonso, I can see it right now. We have not improved. We haven't improved. So don't tell me we have. Don't tell me, well, you're being too early, you're being too late. This reaction's been a couple of games. I can see where this is heading to. I can see where this is heading to. I can see. That's why I'm saying this, and I'm hoping it ends. That's why I'm having a chat with you. Because I know what you are trying to implement. But you've got 2 ways of succeeding, because I've taken a lot of your time, Xabi Alonso. I want you to go back to training and coach this team in X, Y, and Z. You've got 2 options. And there's 2 different ways on how you can succeed with this team. And there's 2 different ways how you can get sacked by this team. Number 1, you can be a manager which stays true to yourself, true to your words, true to your promises, and true to your identity, by doing things which might not impress other people, players, people within the management of the Madrid team, but you know deep down it's the right decision. And what I mean by that, making harsh decisions, benching certain players, not playing certain players, taking players off when they need to be off. And if you get sacked by doing it, at least you've made the right decisions. At least deep down, you know you've done everything which is perfect. So if you get sacked, at least you know I've done everything that I can. And me, I can respect you for that. And everyone can say, you know what? We're asking for what we want, and we're asking which is the true, and he's doing it, but it hasn't worked out. But the second option is not doing what you said that you're going to do, not being true to yourself, not being true to actually the words that you said, because you said a lot of words. And all those words is yet to come true. You said that I'm going to make every single Real Madrid fan look at this team and say to themselves that this is my Real Madrid. This is the team that I'm proud of. This is the team that I'm getting entertained of. That is not true. So you can continue lying to us, and then eventually you get sacked, because this might work against Valencia. This might work against Getafe with 9 players. You might get penalties there and there. But if you think this is going to work out in the long run, that's my brother. Let me tell you one thing right now, it's not going to work out. And when you do get sacked, you then said to yourself, you know what? I'm getting sacked for doing something which I try to do to please people, but not to please myself. So how do you want to coach this team? Because I know there's so many ways you want to improve this team, with the formation, with the tactics. There is one full way you can do it. And I've said it in my watch-alongs every time when people ask me, what's the perfect formation? How do you make it work with Mbappe and Vini? The only way for you to make this work is the diamond formation, which I've been trying to take for the past couple months and for the past season with Carlo Ancelotti. This whole 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 is not going to work out, my brother. So why are you trying to experiment after experiment after experiment? It's not going to work out. Just put it in the bag and just let it go. The way you make it work with this team is a diamond formation. The same way Carlo did it, the same way Carlo used both Rodrigo and used both Vini as 2 strikers and having Jude in behind him, and it worked. This is how you do it with Vini and Mbappe. And if it doesn't work, then that's it. But you trying to play someone that's a striker who's not a striker, it's not going to make out. And please, in game-wise, be better. Change. I'm going to have a chat with you soon. I'm going to end it now. And I hope people in the comment section might give their own input. If you think I'm being reactionary, be my guest. If you think I'm being too harsh, be my guest. It is what it is, because I know what you guys are, your perception. Oh, no. But a couple months from now, you're going to say to me, you know what, Faysal, you're right. Because if this continues, which it will continue, God, may Allah save us.